The unique show flow tonight kept every DMB fan on their toes. And thankfully, unlike Georgia native Zach Brown, there weren't a lot of covers. A bunch of originals. And the cover that was played was first played for the first time ever tonight in the full band variety. The DMB post-show stream starts now.
It's your boy Concert Viz 34 back at home.
What up, what up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34.
Yep, so your boy Concert Viz 34 coming to you here.
What up, what up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34. Aria. Okay, so this is Aria. And just tell us a little bit about yourself and about your love for the Dave Matthews Band.
I've been a fan of the band since April 28, 1998. And if you recognize the date, that's when Before These Crowded Streets was released.
Alpine is definitely a better venue than Summerfest, but we'll take it. I think I've been going to shows for about 20-something years.
I always tell people, like, compare DMB to now to when I first started. And I got started, in my opinion, I feel like I got started late. Like, I was at the very end of the band's prime. I feel like that 03 to 06 was like the end of the prime. 07, 08 was like, you know, we're at the very end. And then when Roy passed.
But Dave really, this is the thing. Dave has put, Rashawn has been assigned the quarterback of this team. He is the coach, the play caller. He designs the jams. Dave just shows up and plays whatever he's going to play. ATL, what up? Watch out on 285 tonight. Part of it's closed for construction. You're going to be sitting in traffic for a minute. Shout out Marietta, Georgia. What up? Albany, Georgia. What up? Macon, Georgia. What up? Rest in peace, Dwayne Allman. Rest in peace, Greg Allman. Cobb County. What up? Alpharetta, what up? Riverdale, what up? R.I.P. John Lewis. R.I.P. Young Scooter. R.I.P. Takeoff. Shout out to Country Wayne. Rest in peace, Hank Aaron. Sandy Springs, what up? Stay out of Lake Lanier. Nah, for real. Stay away. Shout out Jekyll Island on the coast, where the Federal Reserve was created. What up, what up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34. Thank you for joining the DMB Post Show stream. The band is in the home state of my grandparents on my mom's side, Georgia. Shout out to Stewart County, Georgia, where my late grandfather was born, in Lumpkin. And shout out to Richland, Georgia, where my grandmother, who's still doing well in her mid-80s, is from. We got to talk about this show. And there's a lot of high risk with some DMB set lists, and every set list is subjective to what you look for from a DMB show. But in years past, even before, I would just say before 2023, there's higher risk, high reward, depending on what you're looking for from a Dave Matthews Band show. There could be a show where there's an incredible run. The highs are really high for what you're looking for in a show, whether you want covers and hit songs and some of the new albums that were coming out at the time, like Come Tomorrow and Away from the World. And then there were shows where the band just went to their bag of deep cuts and unreleased songs. It had runs for the deep cut lovers, the deep tracks only folk got what they needed. And so if you went to by chance, you went to a show that fit your needs as a Dave Matthews Band fan for that night, your whole fandom was like based on this show being this great for you personally. But what the band has been doing this year, to me, in my opinion, maybe other people disagree. They're keeping us on our toes, right? They have a better mix of what people look for from a show outside of anyone who just wanted them to play a bunch of covers. And to me, the low points in shows, the momentum killing portions of shows don't exist in long periods. Maybe you don't like a certain song. I know some people didn't like Why I Am opening a show, right? They don't like the song, period. Some people, that's their favorite song from the band. But if you didn't like Why I Am, you probably like Lie in Our Graves. And you may like Why I Am and Lie in Our Graves. But they really kept this set going. And even when it needed to take some time out, slowing it down with Virginia in the Rain, having a little bit of a break energy-wise with Monsters, because Monsters does not tax Dave's energy as much, right? There was just, to me, there was not a part of this show where for two or three songs I was like, right? And again, everyone looks at a show differently. But to me, there's like, and part of that is they're not going to their trick bag of, we're just going to play this song for the 1,000,000th time. It's going to be played all tour, right? There was no Jimmy thing tonight. You know, in years past, not necessarily last year, but they relied a lot on Can't Stop as a song they would just kind of play. And I never really liked the Can't Stop at all, right? They relied on other songs where you're like, oh no, here we go again, Satellite. There isn't really songs like this on this set. Again, maybe you don't like a certain song like Mercy, but then after that, they played 41. And then after that, they played What You Are. And so I just have to credit this band for having a different approach to this year, even with the last couple of years of limited repeats. The only repeat from Austin was number 41, right? I believe. Let me just check, because PNP was played at Disney, and I don't believe it was played. Let me just go back to Austin here, to Stone Cold Steve Austin, Pantala, Nagapampa. And that's an interlude anyway. Yeah, they didn't play PNP, Pantala, Nagapampa, in Austin. So there weren't repeats except for one song, right? Which is 41 from Austin, Texas. The other thing, this is what I did decode from what the band was trying to do today. To me, what the band did today, it's kind of obvious when you look at this set list and what was played, but they played 5 songs that they had already played in Texas that weren't at Houston. I mean, weren't at Austin, but they were Dallas and Houston songs. And what they did is they got another practice rep in of these songs. So they start off with YM, which, by the way, I don't like YM that much. I understand why people like it. But to me, the song is underwhelming because first, it is predictable. They don't do anything out of the norm. It's like if you were to say, hey, let's pull the best YIAM of this year, you could just flip a coin or randomly pick a song. It's the same flow every time. Kill the Preacher may have some variety, but even I don't even care much for that. Like, it's cool like the first couple times. Anyway, I digress. But YIAM, it's better to start off a show with it. It sounded better starting off a show first time since 2019. And then after that, you get Lion Our Graves. This is the first time since 2012 that Lion Our Graves has been the second song on a set list of a main set, right? So the first time since 2012, Lion Our Graves is in the 2 spot. And then you get American Baby, which again, you may like it, you may not. I think American Baby and Kit Kat Jam, in their second attempts, they made improvements from the first attempts. And that's really what this band has to do. And they're doing it in a brilliant way. They front loaded this show with songs they wanted to get a second attempt in on. American Baby, the first time, was a little bit rough for them. First time of the year last year. And I thought tonight it sounded better, right? Maybe you agree, you disagree, but I thought it sounded better. Kit Kat Jam, second play of the year as well. Now, I do not have high quality. I don't have, we do have taper audio from it. Shout out to them, to the taper. I think it was Zach who taped that, but I haven't had a chance to listen, like really digest Kit Kat Jam with the taper audio. I've been running around all week busy. But so I can't really, I heard it on the Couch Tour. So it's like Couch Tour audio versus Sirius XM audio tonight. It sounded incredible tonight. And so I would think it sounds better than it did the first time. And they play Dream Girl again and again. Is this my favorite song ever? No. Do I ever need to hear Dream Girl again? No, but somebody does. They're reaching a different part of the fan base that wants this song. And so they do 5 songs that they're kind of getting a second rep in on. Then they have 4 straight tour debuts. One Sweet World is a fan favorite. Virginia in the Rain is slower. Dave talked about his kids getting older, and the song talks about don't grow up too fast. And so he's kind of reflecting. This is his wife's hometown, Atlanta Metro, I believe. She's from Atlanta. She's from Georgia, but she's from this region of the country. And so he's probably thinking about his kids, his wife. They probably got family here. He always says he has friends here, so he has a lot of connections here. So he plays Virginia in the Rain. And I don't know if you guys remember, there were some years that after the pandemic that Virginia in the Rain was killing sets. They were opening up shows with Virginia in the Rain. I think the spotting of Virginia in the Rain was perfect. Then Dave says this is a song about genocide and plays Don't Drink the Water. I don't really, you guys know I don't like Don't Drink the Water, but the majority of the fan base loves Don't Drink the Water live. So I know why it has to be played, but to have Don't Drink the Water make its tour debut on the 4th show is awesome, right? The song's been played to death. I believe it was the 1,000th play of Don't Drink the Water tonight. Here it had been at 999, and that's just of known plays. Sometimes there could be a private show that was played at, we don't know, but the 1,000th play of Don't Drink the Water, I believe, was tonight, depending on how you calculate that there. So they play that, but then they go to Monsters, and then this is where, again, I've made this argument. Typical Situation comes in at the 10 spot. People love Jimmy Thing, which is fine. I know why people love Jimmy Thing. You can dance, you can have fun. The prepared soloing and preset jam progressions on Typical Situation are just better than Jimmy Thing, in my opinion. And so tonight, like 5 years ago, Dave would have played Jimmy Thing at the 10 spot. It's a Friday night. We're on Sirius XM Radio. Play Jimmy Thing, right? Instead, he plays Typical Situation. It's been getting a lot more love recently. And I love it because it's like, yeah, play that again. Because to me, it highlights the band's soloing in chord progressions or improv over preset chord progressions, because they don't change them up every night. It's the same preset progressions, the same amount of time everyone gets, but you can improv. It's amazing. It's a great song for them to showcase their skills. Then we get For What It's Worth. And that's a first time full band. Now, this song has been interpolated during Jimmy Thing, and I'm glad I never had to experience that era. There's a lot that I wish I could have experienced. I thought those ones with this interpolated in Jimmy thing were way too long, right? Maybe you think differently, but I was like, stop, bust that down, everybody, what go, Joe, in Jimmy thing and play the next song. Next, right? Hit the remote, right? So out of all the covers, let me know what you guys think in the comments of this. This looks like this may be the word up of this year. Dave is feeling things about the world that translates to what this song talks about, regardless of what you believe politically or whatever. That's where Dave is right now. And so this may be the song. Some people said they'd rather have this than others. I was looking at various reaction online. If they're going to play a cover, would you like to hear this one? But I feel like this cover is going to get a lot of play. It's the word up of 2026. Then you get Nancy's Best of What's Around. It's just an awesome 1-2 punch. My personal opinion with Mercy and 41, this may be and this is what's crazy. I think the low part of this show is Mercy and 41, and that's still very high. That's still a very good low point of a show. If that's the lowest part of your show, this is a good show. And again, there are shows you could argue that are just like the energy, the show flow is better, but these set lists are built to not have a bunch of low points, in my opinion. Right. And so Mercy, my gripe with Mercy is they interpolated Grazing in the Grass in 2019. As I've said a million times, I think that outro is better. And also you have Buddy Strong. You don't have Dave trying to play piano parts. You have Buddy Strong. Buddy's first play of Mercy, he had that awesome Grazing in the Grass chord. They had the Grazing in the Grass chord progression, and he's just playing all this stuff over it, and it was awesome. That would be a game changer for a Friday night Mercy, right? And if you don't like Mercy, I'll just tell you, there's a good chunk of the fan base who wants to hear this song, that needs this song to uplift their spirits. And so I don't have an issue of it being played because of how much it's coveted by some of the fans. But I think that outro needs to change. It's just it's too boring. It's too boring, and the band is too talented. I know they're doing subtle stuff, like, but still, the one that they did in Germany, that needs to be the new Mercy. 41 again. We had Jake on it. This was the only repeat from Austin. You go from having a violin on it to now a violin and a little bit of trumpet to have an electric guitar. Just Tim is amazing, but if he played it on acoustic, if he had an acoustic solo, it would sound better. And the electric guitar solo now in 41 is just too, it's too preset, right? It's too preset. There's no customization on it, right? It's just, there's nothing you can really do. It's very bland and vanilla. And then Rashawn does the trumpet solo again. That's where I think you should have a sax. Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe there is a legit reason why. And he does, like, Jeff can be Jeff. He does not need to be Leroy Moore. Some people are like, it's not the same without Leroy. Listen, I'd rather have a sax solo on 41 with Jeff's style and interpretation than no sax solo and have a preset kind of blah electric guitar solo and then have a trumpet solo. Tim Reynolds can shine on other tracks better with his style of play. 41 solos with electric guitar, that was over back in 2010, right? It was cool back then. Oh, wow, yeah, we got electric guitar. It's time now. Come on acoustic or get Jeff to have a sax solo. And trumpet, again, does not fit. 41 does not fit a trumpet solo. Rashawn has tons of moments where he can highlight his trumpet with great skill and proficiency as the talented player he is. I don't want to hear it on 41. I'm sorry. I don't. And then we have What You Are. Now, here's what I'll say. People are pointing out Dave's messed up What You Are. Okay. I don't care. Like, people, I don't get people like, oh, he messed up. Oh, that was rough. I don't care if a song is rough. He's messing up What You Are. Would you rather have him play Satellite or You and Me? Like, to me, what are we doing here trying to criticize? Like, yes, there are mistakes the band has made over a couple of shows. I'd rather them be making mistakes on good songs than to play some predictable, like, just like a Come Tomorrow or That Girl Is You, where they can master it every time, but they it's not as edgy. And what you are closing out this set is always a great choice to close out a set. Tour debut tonight of that. So that's just me. I don't care if this band makes mistakes. I'd rather them make mistakes pushing the envelope like tonight than having this blah, blah. Oh, we're just going to play this song. We're just going to play this song again for the 50 millionth time. I got to give credit to Dave, man. He's doing his thing on these sets. Peace on Earth at the E1 is what it is. I think it's still just not good as Dave's solo, but it's what he feels, so he's going to play it, and that's his right. At the end of this show, I will play the full Lie in Our Graves PNP to Pig. I will play the full version of that to end the show. So I'll walk off. You'll have 9 minutes of that. And if you want to hear the full thing, you want to hear the full shows every Friday night, subscribe to SiriusXM Radio. Don't be cheap. Don't be lazy. Oh, you can get a free trial if you've never signed up for it. But guys, it's like $9.99 a month. You can get it for cheaper than that, and you get every Friday DMB show on tour. Like, you spend more at the bar drinking alcohol you don't need, or buying food from DoorDash, you lazy bum. Go drive to the store and get carry out. Everyone wants to get DoorDash. The same price you can get SiriusXM Radio. All right, sign up. People are cheap. I don't want to sign up, bro. It's $9 a month. You can cancel it after the DMB tour, and if you don't have, if you have an email that's never had SiriusXM, you can get it free for 3 months through some of the purchases you make through Ticketmaster, and like flowers. That 1-800-Flowers. I bought flowers for my grandma. 3 months of SiriusXM. Stop being cheap. But I'll give you a preview. But you need to sign up for SiriusXM Radio. They're not paying me to say that. It's common sense. Anytime you can get something that's going to stream a DMB show once a week in an era where we don't have a lot of options until we get the taper audio. Shout out to the tapers. We love you. Sign up for it. All right. Let me just play this real quick, and then I'm going to get Jackson on. We'll get the interview Kumi did, and we will try to get out of here quicker than most shows. Let's see. All right, let me just make sure this audio is working on this. Give me 1 second here, and I will play you. I'm just going to play you the beginning of this. Let's see if this will work here. This is the Lie in Our Graves Reprise PNP to Pig. We'll just play the first part here.
I can't believe it. Wondering if we had spent our living days. Well, I can't believe it. We would lie in our graves, dreaming of things that we might have been. I can't believe that we would lie in our graves, wondering if we had spent our living days. Well, I can't believe that we would lie in our graves, dreaming of things that we might have been, could have been, maybe. Would you not like to be? Would you not like to be? I can't believe that you would not like to be. Would you not like to be? Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay.
There you have it. That's the little thing. A little bit of a road transition. I don't care how that transition, if it was on purpose or by mistake. Um, I really don't care. That's a gutsy thing to do for a band that typically would just close out with "Shake Me Like a Monkey" 2 or 3 years ago. I just want to give credit. Someone pointed out in the first 14 songs they played all 10 albums, a selection from all 10 albums. Let me just take a look at what it was looking like on X. But shout out to let's see. Oh, Jason. Shout out to Jason Roush. Shout out to him. He noticed that by Mercy, with Mercy being played, all 10 studio albums were represented on the set list. Another thing that just makes these shows better in 2026, you look back at some of the years when they play like 4 or 5 Big Whiskey songs in the night. To me, that's overkill. There are certain albums, same thing with like Stand Up. Like look at Stand Up, right? And I love Mark Batson, right? But you shouldn't be like blowing out the show with Stand Up or Big Whiskey or Come Tomorrow. You can play 1 or 2 songs. You can even go with 3 on certain nights. But it's what songs you play. Like tonight, for instance, we have Stand Up has 2 songs. The 2 songs are American Baby and Dream Girl. Now, I don't ever need Dream Girl on a set, but there's no Bayou. It's not You Might Die Trying is a good song, but when it's overplayed, it's like, oh, another one. Now you may disagree, but I think it's great to mix up. The songs they're playing from some of these albums, like Away from the World, are different. Again, not a fan of the Mercy outro, but it's something that hasn't been around. All right, let me stop talking. I want to get you guys to some interviews and fan reactions. But I did want to give my thoughts a little more extended because I heard it on Sirius XM. We're going to go ahead and set up for Jackson to come on. All right, and we'll get the interview screen pulled up. All right, Jackson, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. What did you think about tonight?
I thought it was another good show and definitely better weather than last year because I went to Alpharetta last year and they had like an hour rain delay and it was like hot and muggy. And so it was like, felt better outside. And I did notice, I think this is like the crowd around me. Like I can't say about anybody else like in the crowd, but it's got to be probably like the worst crowd I think I've ever been around. I don't know about the rest of them. I can't say for any of that, but but I got the tickets through Warehouse, so I thought that it would, be better. But like a lot of people were sitting down, and there was like people in front of me, behind me, like talking, and even like 3 rows ahead of me, like in my point of view, they would like talk. So then they would like get close to each other and like block my view of, the stage. So I thought that was interesting. Like that's the first time that I've like just blatantly noticed that a lot of people were just talking and not really paying attention to the concert. But I did think the set list was pretty good. I thought it was interesting too that there was like 16 in the before the encore, but then there ended up being 20 because of the Lionheart Graves reprise and PNP and a pig and the solo. So that was like 4 in the encore, even though it was short. And I think it's got to be one of the shorter shows that I've been to, but I still thought it was a good show. Like you mentioned, I didn't know that either, that from all 10 studio albums there was on there. So I definitely felt like, what you kind of mentioned a little bit too, I felt like it was like kind of like a warm up to, think of or get ready for all the different songs they'll be playing this summer.
Yeah.
And you did mention Kit Kat Jam. I definitely could tell that the Kit Kat Jam was better than last weekend. Like felt like more fluid because in between like the different parts, where it goes like slower, then it goes fast, and it goes slow again.
Yeah.
Like last week they kind of messed up a little bit like getting those fluid. But it was another great show. Like I had a great time.
Yeah, so, and some people are kind of wondering why did it end so early. I think what's interesting, I was talking to my friend Mark. He's from He lives in Charlotte now. I believe he's from North Carolina. But he said the band got on later, and on the almanac it says 7:54. So usually it's about 7:40 something they're on stage. So they got on a little bit later, and typically they'll play. I thought they were going to play like a two-step or a last stop or a bartender to close. So you would get like a 15, 20 minute, outro to close out the show after the E1. You guys got about 10 minutes. The Lionheart Graves PNP, the Pig, was about 10 minutes. So, it could have been for a couple, for reasons unknown, but they got on stage late. And they ended around the same time you've been seeing them end on some of these shows you've been on this year, going to the Texas shows you saw last week into this week on Monday. So it's an interesting thing. As far as the fans, I think I've been at shows, same thing like you, where I got warehouse tickets. I'm thinking, I'm by all these warehouse fans. Over the years, it seems that the warehouse tickets are around people that are there for corporate reasons or just there because they want to do something in a town like Atlanta or Charlotte or, Hartford. And so what I've noticed, especially Friday nights, you have people that are coming there from work and they're very chatty. They're not actually into the music. And a lot of tickets now that the warehouse has, you're not just around a bunch of other warehouse people. They're fitting you in next to corporate seats. People may sell their tickets. They may own the whole season ticket of seats in section, X row 5, and they sell it to someone else who's like, or they may give it to their nephew, and their nephew's just there to get some drinks and have fun. And so I've experienced exactly what you said. People will, in the middle of a song, instead of standing next to each other, they start leaning over, right? And they're talking. So they're talking and they're leaning over, blocking your view because you're trying to look in between them. So it's one of those things. Since the pandemic, I've noticed it a lot more, where there's a lot more seats that aren't warehouse fans and it's more corporate. And that's just part of what it is there. And as far as the sound, how was the sound tonight compared to the Texas shows you went to, both outdoor and indoor?
I think the sound was good, but I did notice there was a few times, it wasn't for long, that it kind of sound muffled for a second, but then it would go back to what the actual part was. Then there was a few times that it would be just really loud for a second, but then it'd go back to what it was originally. So I don't know what that was for, but this is actually my first year having warehouse tickets or having a warehouse membership. So,
Gotcha.
I get put towards the back. So I was towards the back of the seats, but the sound was great from back there. I could hear fine. And also too, I didn't mention the lawn was packed out. I know you said it was sold out, but
Yep.
it was absolutely packed out. Now I like having seats. But if I were to get a lawn ticket, it'd be that place because there's pretty good seats there. There's not a bad seat in the venue itself, and then the lawn is not that far behind the actual seats. So.
Yeah, the last couple of times they've been to Alpharetta, the lawn has sold out, and there's actually the only thing that's been left are a couple seats here and there. Even today, I looked, you could get a face value ticket for the lower level at 4:30, 5 o'clock. Now, the face value is about $229 or around that price. So for a lot of fans, especially for these, this year, they feel priced out. They can't bring their kids. They can't have a family afford it to sit down. Even in the upper level, it's going to cost you about $500. So what you see in Alpharetta, like my friends Lauren and Mark, they brought their kids to the show, their 3 kids. A lot of families, a lot of groups of casual fans and diehard fans on a budget will just buy a lawn ticket for the face value of $60, and they'll just pile up on the lawn versus having to have 4 or 5 people pay $189, $200, $229. So that's where Alpharetta you've seen the lawn be the hotter ticket, and lawn tickets are even going for, $120, $130 on Ticketmaster's resale. So it's a unique thing, and this is a common theme I think we're going to see throughout the summer of the where you were sitting tonight, because I saw your story where you were sitting tonight in the warehouse. A lot of fans are priced out from bringing their family or their girlfriend or their best friend to a show. And so the lawn is where they're going, because they to convince a friend who's never heard the band to pay $200 is tough. But if you have it, like in your case, hey, you're a fan, you want to see this band, so you're investing in those physical seats. And same thing with me. I don't sit on many lawns nowadays, but I'm going by myself. My wife's not going. My son's not going to go to a show until he's old enough to say, I want to go to a show. So it's economically, you're seeing these lawns fill up quicker. Guilford's lawn sold out. A couple other lawns have sold out. And there's seats sometimes still available. Any other final thoughts here as we head on to Charlotte tomorrow?
I think I hope tomorrow's night show is like completely different set list, which I know that they did that last Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
But I mean, if they repeat some, it'll be fine. But I wonder if tomorrow will be kind of similar today, to where they're kind of like, like playing some songs that they had before to get better at them, or just play some songs they haven't played to get them like in rotation for this year. Like maybe they'll do a lot of, like, I don't know, Big Whiskey songs tomorrow, or Come Tomorrow, or like from different albums to get ready for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And anyone who tells you they know what it's going to look like tomorrow, they're probably lying, because this band is continuing to pump fake us, to switch things up. I don't think anyone would have thought Why I Am would have opened. It's a song that closes out sets. So, but I do think they are going to, at some point in the show or throughout the show, they're going to bring back songs that weren't played tonight that were played in Texas. So you will see a Broken Things possibly tomorrow. You will see something like The Stone come back, but instead of closing the show, it opens the show. And I think you will see some other songs added in, like tonight. Maybe you'll see Two Step tomorrow, right? Maybe you'll see Lover Lay Down tomorrow. Where these things are slotted, we don't know. But that's what's great about this tour. It's not as predictable. Some tours in the last 10, 15 years, even before that, you could predict what song was going to close. If Watchtower closed the first night, well, the second night of that weekend was going to be Two Step, or it was going to be this song. So they are mixing it up. Even the Encore one spot, they haven't, they're mixing that up. It's the same songs they've been playing in previous years, except the song debut, but they're at least not having the same Encore one song, in the same week, and you're not getting it twice. So thank you for coming on, Jackson, and we'll try to connect with you tomorrow as well.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Have a good night.
Yep. You too. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. So I appreciate Jackson coming on, and he's been giving us his show by show analysis of what's going on, as he's been to every show so far for the actual tour itself, as far as the summer tour. So he like Disney World he was not at, but he's been at everything else. So appreciate his insight, and he's able to kind of give us that update. He said Kit Kat Jam sounded better today with those transitions where the tempo changes are. All right, so we have a world premiere of a special. I hope we have more of these. Well, we got Kumi and Krispee. I'm gonna get if they can do this more often, I'll do a logo in like a graphic that's like Kumi and Krispee. But we have two of our my Twitter buddies were in the pit, and they were hanging out all night in the pit for this show. So they gave us a review together. Usually it's just Kumi, or Kumi will have another friend, but Kumi and Krispee. I want to premiere Kumi and Krispee making their little duo debut on the DMB Postal Stream. Let's listen to what they had to say about tonight's show.
What's up? It's Kumi DMB, also known as DMB Fan JTR, and This is Young Krispee, a.k.a. Crispy Biscuits, a.k.a. DJ YK, a.k.a. my name is Will. Hey, guys.
And we're here for Concert Vids 34 stream after the Alpharetta show. We're still inside the venue. Will, what do you think of the show?
Great show. Atlanta never disappoints. I think everyone here had a great time, especially after last year when it kind of rained out a little bit. This was phenomenal. The energy was high, and everyone around us, peace, love, and positivity, baby. It was awesome.
Yeah, vibes were really good. Yeah. What was your favorite moment of the night?
The encore was phenomenal. I like the, Peace on Earth gained a leg up in my book. I was kind of a hater, I'm not going to lie. But Dave came out and he crushed that, and then right into a reprise of Lie in Our Graves.
That was pretty sweet.
And it was incredible. And then Pantalanaga Pampa into Pig.
Pretty crazy.
You can't beat that. Come on.
No, you really can't.
Incredible. Yeah.
My favorite part of the night, obviously we had a lot of cool songs. We had like Kit Kat Jam and then Dream Girl and Mercy, which is like awesome. If you told me I'd hear that set, last summer, I'd be like, oh, this is the best show of all time. But
I say that every show.
Yeah. But for me, my favorite moment was definitely What You Are as a closer. That was pretty cool. Don't see that close very often, and I really like that song, and it brought the energy. Even though Dave kind of flubbed it at the end, it was still really cool to see.
You saw that?
Yeah, it was.
We all saw
We saw it, yeah. But they pulled it together. They're professionals. They got it done. So, Will, when was the crowd the loudest around you?
We have a couple of moments for sure. Obviously the encore, but, the whole opening act, the opening set was 3 songs in a row, absolute high energy music. What did we have?
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Yeah. We had a lot of high energy music to start.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like around me, Nancy's was really loud. Like everyone was singing along for Nancy's.
Yeah.
And that was probably the loudest point. I think the crowd was really engaged. I mean, I've done every show on the tour so far besides Memphis, and this was the loudest crowd, I think, in terms of like singing along with the lyrics and not chatting too much. For me, Virginia in the Rain is where I heard the most chatter, the most bathroom shuffles.
And to go off that was the craziest transition I've seen in a long time. Virginia in the Rain, somber, peaceful, everyone just vibing, having a good time. Right into Don't Drink the Water.
That was cool.
And they came out the gate, no
high
intro,
energy.
just
bang.
Boom.
Yeah.
Don't Drink the Water. It went from here to here real quick. And everyone felt that. And everyone started, just going crazy. It was awesome,
it was a high energy point because we had some slow songs before then, and we really needed that. I feel like to pick it back up.
Yeah,
so.
and then right into Don't Drink the Water, and everyone's like, "All right, we're back.
We're back
into it. We're back into it." Yeah. So, first things first. Today in Atlanta and Alpharetta, best weather. I've been here 5 times now. Best weather I've ever seen here, hands down. Period. Ever. And even visiting Atlanta. This was 78 degrees, sunny, no problem. I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt right now.
Classic.
And it felt good in Atlanta in May, in mid to late May. That's awesome, man, first off.
That is pretty awesome. What do you like about this venue? Why do you keep coming back here?
I love the crowd. I love Atlanta. Atlanta knows how to party. They know how to
Yeah, that's true. We do know how to do that. I think we get special sets here. I think Dave always says he always says, I got people here. So he's got, I think his wife's family or something. I don't want to speculate, but there's a reason they do cool sets here. So I'm happy that, a lot of people from out of town and out of state come up to our city of Alpharetta here and enjoy it. So I guess the last thing I want to ask you about, Will, we're both big into posters. What did you think about the poster tonight? Did you like it? Did you get it?
So, big poster guy. I will say Meh-Thane has some good posters and they have some bad posters. I think everyone can kind of agree with that. The foil was not terrible, but if you're charging $150.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite either. It looks really similar to Memphis's from earlier in the year, but I didn't get it. I see they're still available. There's still a stack of them over there, regulars. Did you get the poster, Will?
I'm a big poster guy. Again, I like to collect the memories and but this one was right below the tier of me getting it, I would say.
Okay, any last thoughts on the show?
Poster, subpar, show, phenomenal. Yeah. Had a great time.
I had a great time as well. It's always a great time hanging out with you, Will. It's fun.
Kumi's birthday is on Monday, and we all sang him happy birthday in the pit. Everyone in the pit sang happy birthday. So if y'all are listening right now, wish this guy a happy birthday, and thank you guys for listening.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but that did happen, and I love the DMB family and everybody that sang for me, and I can't believe that happened. But we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, Marcus, for having us on.
Peace.
All right. So thank you to Kumi and young Krispee and Kumi. We need more of these duos. We got to get them across more of the tour together. It would be cool to have them come on every night they can. Happy birthday to Kumi DMB. By the way, he was on What Would You Play as well on SiriusXM Radio. I know someone had said, SiriusXM Radio plays some of the same stuff. They have made large improvements. The Corner of Gray Street guys are hosting segments now. They have an acoustic Sunday set they run through, and there's some other things that have been improved drastically. The program manager has changed things. There's a new program manager in the last couple of years. There was a changeover a couple of years ago, and there's a lot that feels better about this channel. But to me, what keeps me signed up is the Friday Night Concert Series. But for casual fans, if you're a fan that wants to learn more about the catalog, or what I found is there's fans who have been going to shows for 25, 30 years and never heard of certain deep cuts, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to know every single thing about DMB, but there's been some songs they play in rotation that maybe you've never heard if you haven't dug deep into some rare live performances that you can learn about through SiriusXM Radio, Dave Matthews Band, Channel 30. But I think the best thing it's done is, again, people that have been watching and listening and being part of this community for 25 years or so, but they just don't crate dive into the live tracks or the DMB Live 25 release. They've literally gone on to DMB Radio, caught wind of a deep cut, and they start saying, I like this song. And the more of the fan base that can appreciate the deep cuts, the rarity, some of the best stuff the band has done, interludes, outros, reprises, the more that the fan base can learn about those things, the better I think it is for everyone, because then if they do bring something back like that, more of the fan base at a show will be happy, right? And they'll be appreciative of what they're doing. That's one of the biggest things that's tough is some parts of the country have never gotten JTR in the last 20 years. They haven't gotten Straight Shot until, that'll probably be played tomorrow, right? Or Cha-Cha, right? Those songs never made it down south because they were played up in the Northeast for a very limited time. I saw them because I live in Connecticut, but if you weren't in Connecticut, you didn't get them. Just like Beach Ball has only made it to certain markets, right? Houston has gotten Beach Ball. Hartford has gotten Beach Ball. The day after my first DMB show, I skipped night 2 and they played Beach Ball. But a lot of people don't know about Beach Ball, but Dave Matthews Band Radio plays that stuff. So the radio station is not necessarily for everyone 24 hours a day. For people who actually own a lot of the catalog, they know the deep cuts, the unreleased stuff, the cigarette lits, et cetera, the spotlights. You don't want to listen to it for 5 hours a day. You may hop in for some of the specials, for some of the What Would You Plays, and for Friday night, but that's it. But for people who want to learn more about the catalog, even again, if you've been a longtime fan, it's good. So that's my spiel for Dave Matthews Band Radio. You should subscribe for it. I'm not even getting paid to say that. That's just my honest analysis of it as someone who has been monitoring that station as a subscriber that just says, oh, let me check in just to give it a fair shot for a little bit here and there. Poster. Let's pull that up. My problem with there's every Meh-Thane poster I could probably criticize or critique. There's a couple that stand out. My problem with this poster is if you're going to honor Martin Luther King, which you see right here in the top left, and John Lewis, which is in the top right, he was a congressman and civil rights activist. The problem with this poster, it's like they have some of the same things they done with other posters, and it's like, oh, but this is unique because we have MLK here MLK here and John Lewis here, right? And it's like, dude, this is so lazy. So it's not that they haven't been pivotal to the early stages of the poster community in DMB a decade ago, just over a decade ago. But now these posters are so just like generic. And there were posters, as Kumi said, as other people reached out to me at the show, there was some of them left over. And if anything, it just means that maybe Meh-Thane needs to find different projects and DMB needs to find other poster creators. And maybe there's only one Meh-Thane poster a year or two a year, and they give their best two shots. Now, Meh-Thane is from the Atlanta Metro, right? They're a poster shop from the Atlanta Metro, and they have a following because the early years of Meh-Thane with DMB, they've made some legendary posters that made people fans of posters. They saw a poster hanging up and they're like, that's cool. But they've done so many posters, they've ran out of ideas. Now, when it comes to John Lewis and Martin Luther King, if you had some sort of monument, or there's actually a John Lewis Parkway in Atlanta, and when you drive the parkway, there's a part of the parkway that if you're driving it, you can see the whole part of one of the skylines in Atlanta. Atlanta is spread out. There's different areas that have these skyscrapers. But when you drive through part of it on the parkway, you can see the full, like at least some of the downtown skyscrapers and buildings, and it's beautiful. Imagine if they had they traced those buildings in that part of the parkway and they put like John Lewis's face right there. Like maybe that people still wouldn't like it, but it's thinking differently than they've done before. And so I just think Atlanta deserves better, right? Yes, you're going with someone local, but go with a different local artist. Atlanta is a cultural center of the South. One of the cultural centers of the South. There's got to be other poster artists that can do something just that gives a different approach. But again, I don't want to tell people to be out of business. I just think that DMB should look other places, and Meh-Thane should look to collaborate with other people and start other creative ideas. But their concert posters, even for other artists, just they've gotten very generic, right? And I would love for them to try to challenge themselves to think outside the box. All right, that's the post thing. I did not go live. Earlier this week, there was a Disney show on May 11th. Oh, no. Oh, that's not going to show up here. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. And it's not going to show. I got to go back to the main page. So they played at Magic Kingdom, but this show, just for context, this show was only for people that signed up for a conference, and it was about $2,300 or $22,399, almost $2,400 for a package to be part of a conference. That package in the conference could get you here, and some people's companies pay for them to get to this conference. And so this show, the set list, it's not about the set list. And I saw someone complaining to Jeff Kaufman about the set list. They understood the assignment. You have casual fans. You have people that have never seen this band live that just were part of the conference and there's part of their package. So they went, they played the hits, and they played highlights from every album, right? Or almost every album, I believe. Let's see what we got here. Got Crash, Before These Guys Streets on the Stage. So there's no Come Tomorrow, but they played highlights. And they understood the assignment. So what was special for some DMB fans, if their workplace actually sponsored them to go, it was like, hey, I'm at Magic Kingdom and I'm watching DMB in a special, private event. And for some people that actually bought, there were DMB fans that did, like they actually, and listen, would I do this? Absolutely not. There's better things I could spend $2,300 with or $2,400. But some fans, hey, they love Disney, they love DMB, and they decided to go here. And so for those Disney love, and there's a lot of crossover. Well, not a lot, but there is a certain segment of the fan base, and nothing wrong with it. They love Disney, and they love Dave Matthews Band. So this meant something special to them, having both of those things in one spot, right? It's like if Dave Matthews Band goes to a Yankees game, or he went to a Cubs game a couple of years ago. And the band some of the band members did go to a Celtics playoff game some years ago. So if you love that team and Dave Matthews is at the game, it's like, oh, that's cool. It's a cross section. And they played Rapunzel to close out the show, which is about a princess, and then they also did Crash Into Me. So I'm the king of the castle, you're a dirty rat, like all that stuff. Like, so it's like it was cool. Like, hey, that's what you got to play here. But again, I would not drop $2,400 on a conference just to see DMB play this set. But they played the right set for the crowd. So it is what it is. Some people are willing to do that, and that's their right, and some people are not. But again, for $2,400, you could go to a lot of the tour for $2,300, right? So, but hey, that's people's money, that's their prerogative. And also, just shout out to the streamers. There were people on Couch Tour who streamed, and they were able to give us a look in to see what it was like there at the event. Some of those streams are up on YouTube. Copperpot pulled a Couch Tour stream and put it up there as well. Hantis Kaiser, I believe. I hope I don't want to mispronounce her name, but I think her name is Hantis. Was the main primary streamer that ended up going live because someone else wasn't live yet. They were trying to wait for them to go live on the Couch Tour, but that's up on YouTube on the Copperpot's, one of his pages, the OEWS or whatever that's called. That's Disney for you. All right. So we'll close this show out. It's time to go. We'll talk more tomorrow. Someone did mention the Jimmy thing with the Dave acoustic solo. I agree with that. I would love for that to come back. If you're going to play Jimmy thing, let Dave do his acoustic kind of playing there, noodling and playing. That's all I have for you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow in Charlotte, the Queen City. By the way, let's give you a quick preview of the poster for Charlotte. And here it is. It is the Queen City, Charlotte. It was named after Queen Charlotte. So that's why they call it the Queen City. And then the Hornets are the basketball team. There were the Hornets part 1. They moved to New Orleans and became the New Orleans Hornets. And then they became the New Orleans Hornets became the New Orleans Pelicans. Once they became the Pelicans, the Charlotte Bobcats were an expansion team that went to Charlotte after they built their current arena, the Spectrum Center, I believe, if it's still called that. And so there's a second version of the Charlotte Hornets that still exists to this day. So this poster is for tomorrow, showing the Charlotte Hornet or the Charlotte Bee, right? Or whatever you want to call it. And it's the Queen Bee. It's the Queen Bee, right? And their nickname is the Buzz City. So you got some references to the city. I think this is much better than tonight's poster. And I think everyone online is already saying that. But this is what happens when this is why they pull from different people to get different looks to different cities. And it's really cool. All right. So what you're going to hear now, what you are going to hear now after I stop talking is you're going to hear the Lionel Graves reprise, a little bit of a stop, and then Pantala Nagapampa into Pig. An awesome way to end this show. It's your boy Conserviz 34. I'll be on tomorrow. Peace. Enjoy this. And again, just give SiriusXM a chance. If you've quit or you stopped, because it has grown, it has evolved into a better station for DMB fans. Peace.
I can't believe it. Wondering if we had spent our living days. Well, I can't believe it. We would lie in our graves, dreaming of things that we might have been. Wondering if we had spent our living days. Well, I can't believe that we would lie in our graves, dreaming of things that we might have been, could have been, maybe. Would you not like to be? Would Isn't it strange how we move our lives for another day? It's like we're skipping a beat. But what if a great wave should wash us all away? I'm just thinking out loud. I don't mean to dwell on this dying thing, but look at our blood, so alive right now, and sweet within us, flowing through our veins. Oh, intoxicate, moving wine to tears, we're drinking it deeply. And this evening spent dancing, it's you and me. Oh, this love will open our eyes. Only love can put the hope back in our minds, much more than we could ever know. Oh, so don't throw the day away. Don't burn it. Don't throw it. Is this not enough? This blessed sip of life, is it not enough? We stare down at the ground and complain, God, I need more, much more from above. We like them greedy okay. Stop and watch the world as she withers away, but it's not our problem now, 'cause we'll all be dead and gone in a few short years. Oh, just love will open our eyes. Only love brought the hope back in our minds, much more than we could ever know. So don't throw the day away. Don't throw the day. Don't throw the day away. Ah, come, sister, my brother, shake off your bones, shake off your feet. I'm saying, open arms and let the rain come pouring in. Wash out this tired notion, oh, that the best is yet to come. 'Cause all while we're dancing on the ground, why think of life when you're gone? Love, 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 what more is there? All we need is the good light of love in there. Don't beat your head, dry your eyes, let the love in there. There's bad times, but that's okay. We just look for love in there. Don't burn the day away. Don't burn the day away. Look, here are we on this starry night, staring into space. I must say, makes me feel as small as dust lying down here. Oh, what a point would there be traveling, and down wondering what will become of me. Why concerned we could never see it still? No good reason to abandon this. Our time is short, time that's alright. Maybe I'll go out in the middle of the night. Come on, take your hands from your eyes, my love, 'cause all the you everybody very much, y'all. Y'all take care. Thank you for coming tonight. I hope the rest of your Friday and your weekend and everything and all that is good. Thank you very much for indulging us.